So to tell us more is Dr. Susie Lingam, Director of the Singapore Art Museum. So Susie, we're taking a different direction this year. It's been called an honest perspective of Southeast Asian contemporary art. So it's basically to showcase what we're capable of here in the region.
Absolutely. In Southeast Asia, basically, it's realizing that we're at the heart of it and we're the pulse of Southeast Asia. And in a way, the Singapore Art Museum, actually being the organizer this year, we've actually taken on board what's already in our mission, which is to focus on the Southeast Asian region. We collect, we present their artworks already, together with ours, obviously. And this time, with this new platform, with the Biennale this year, if the world change, we decided to sort of do something slightly different. Don't just feature international work and do the circuit. Instead, we actually went straight into the heartlands of Southeast Asia, worked with different regions, worked with co-curators, as we mentioned, so Singapore Art Museum curators and co-curators from the region, putting together works that a good 90% of which you've never seen before.
All right, we have some here. Who is this from?
This is from Laos. This is and this is Popo from Myanmar.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually in the Fort Canning Park, and it glows in the dark, and it's called Road to Nirvana. And in fact, there's little bells hanging in there. It's quite interactive. This is by Oscar Villamel, and he's a Filipino artist, and working with dolls salvaged from trash heaps, basically, like landfill.
I was reading about that, yeah.
Yeah. And,
okay, so you have artists from across the region, and we're also featuring quite a few Singapore artists as well, aren't we? That's
right, we are. We're featuring, in fact, they're broad range from different age groups as well. So we've got Kumari, we've got Suzanne Victor, we've got Royston Tan. We've got a whole range, actually, 27, in fact, Singaporean artists.
So let's try to bring up Kumari's work, because I found that quite fascinating. She used saga seeds, and when I saw that, I was like, wow, you know, brought back to my childhood, because I haven't seen that in a long time. Yes. So tell us a bit more about the artwork.
Well, that's 4,000 kilograms worth of the stuff. It's red, it's referencing love, heart, blood, all of those things. In fact, that's what she's calling it. It's a Sanskrit word for heart, basically, and she's trying to talk about the potential that is in a seed, and how it promises the future. So it's all about change in a way that is resident in a seed, and it's heavily symbolic, obviously. Given that Singapore Museum used to be the old SJI, where boys used to run around in the corridors, and it's all about the future and like being seed in the seed and how it actually grows up and become mature.
Okay, so one thing about the Biennale this year is 27 curators. You know, I was thinking about it, is it a case of too many cooks?
No, I think what we did was basically to try and think. We're trying to represent as diverse a region as Southeast Asia. You couldn't do it through one or two eyes, and especially since you didn't want to do it in an urban sort of centric way either. So we went right across the regions and had that represented across all the different areas. And what that brought to the table was many perspectives. And in fact, it was an honest way to look at how Southeast Asia is, which is very, very diverse. And then we find like common resonances between all the works, and that's how we actually present it, rather than in a country-specific or nationally bound sort of way. So it's in fact all the interweavings between the cultures that we've shared in this region that actually comes through in this particular Biennale.
Okay, so the Biennale is going to stretch over a certain period of time from October
till February.
Till February. Yeah. Tell us about your outreach efforts. How are you getting the message out to people?
Yeah, first, the works themselves. There are many of the works cited outside of museum spaces. So, for instance, Echo Provoto's work is right outside the National Museum, and it's enormous. You cannot miss it. Whether you go on foot or if you take a bus or whatever, you'll be seeing it right up there. It's called Wormhole, and it references a mountain. This is Lai Chi
This is a Singaporean artist.
Yeah, this is a Singaporean artist, Lai Chi Kian. Sorry, that's Kumari, we talked about before.
Okay, we'll try to get Echo's work up for you. It's called Wormhole.
Wormhole.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in a sense, what we're saying is, even just without you even entering the museum spaces, you will encounter the works. That's for a start. So it's very, very highly visible. Then we have got a lot of outreach programs, like schools, and okay, that's Echo's work up there. Full-on bamboo structure that's looking like a mountain on the lawn of NM.
It's huge. It's
enormous.
Quite amazing.
Yeah, and when you get inside, it's totally magic. Like it actually catches sunlight, and almost like a sundial inside. It's magical, actually. I caught somebody, a couple trying to get married in there.
Okay, so one thing about the Biennale is that, it's a very interactive kind of event, right? So is that what you want people to do, to interact with the pieces?
Interact with the pieces, and it's not just high technology when we talk interact. This is old school, and yet it holds you in its embrace, and it's right up close to the National Museum itself.
So as a parting message, what would you say to visitors? Be prepared to expect the unexpected.
Indeed, be prepared to enjoy and experience.
All right, thank you very much for coming today. It's great speaking to
yeah.
you. And that was Susie, and the Singapore Biennale opens to the public this weekend, and all the info you need is on the website there on your screen.